Hello, CRE. I wanted to show you some of the new books that we have available in my office for mentor text. And I'll start with some of the ones that I feel will go with our Pirate High Five. This first one is all about manners, and it is called Rude Cakes. It's about a not-so-sweet cake who doesn't use manners. There's great illustrations in this book. I was thinking maybe first grade for this book. But it talks about using manners and how you can use manners, what you need to do, and then kind of what happens if you don't use manners. So that one's called Rude Cakes, and it's by Rowboat Watkins. The next one that I have is called Decibella, and this one also can be for PBIS voice levels. This is about a little girl named Isabella, but people call her Decibella because she talks so loud, and I'm sure we all have those students in our classrooms. It goes over different places that you need to use a whisper voice, a 6-inch voice, or table talk voice. So this one could be conversations, manners, greetings. This is written by Julia Cook, and she's a great author for all things that have to do with manners and just how to act and using good character. The other one by Julia Cook that is also a good one for pretty much all grade levels is called The Judgmental Flower, and it talks about the importance of diversity, and it has great, so I was thinking empathy for this one. It has great author and illustrator craft that you could read this book as a beginning mentor text to set up routines and procedures, but then you could revisit this book later on in the year if you're talking about author's craft, and so this would be good for any grade level as well. Again, by Julia Cook. The next one is an oldie but a goodie, and it is called Elmer. This one is written by David McKee. I'm sure you've probably seen this one before, but it's a great one to talk at the beginning of the year about empathy and using manners. It's about an elephant that is a patchwork, and he wants to be like all the other elephants and wants to be gray. So he actually makes himself gray with some berries, but then all the other elephants are bored because Elmer was the fun one in the group. So at the end, he ends up scaring them again and playing a little trick on them. So they all have fun together. So it just talks about being yourself. You could read this one at the beginning of the year to set up routines and procedures again, but then revisit it later with quotation marks. It has pronoun words that you can use in this. So thinking about author's workshop the whole time when you're reading your mentor text at the beginning of the year. Next one is called Flight School, and I love this for grit and for growth mindset. And it's about a little penguin who really wants to fly. So he goes to flight school and he tries, but it also is about helping others. So what you can do with this is like look at it with your kids and talk about helping others, and really this is about grit too. And in the end, it's a little surprise ending. He brings his ostrich because he feels so successful, so he wants the ostrich to be in on it as well. Okay. The next three I was thinking for second or third grade, and this one's called Brave Girl. It's Clara and the Shirtwaist Makers Strike of 1909, so you can get a little history in there with it. But it talks about Clara and how she's made to have to go and work in a factory, and she really wants to go to school. So she works hard, and they do the strike against having to work so hard. So it's really a cool thing for kids to kind of realize that, life can be hard. And at the end, it talks about the garment industry. You can also revisit this one later for some language with capital letters. The last two are new books that we learned about this summer with Dr. Dorn, and they're both by Jacqueline Woodson. This one's called Each Kindness, and this one is a great book for empathy. This one is about really not taking that chance to be nice to others. It's about a new girl named Chloe, and then a new girl named Maya, and no one will be her friend. So the teacher finally does a lesson on random acts of kindness, but it's too late because Chloe leaves, Maya leaves, and Chloe just really didn't have that opportunity to do that. So it talks about the ripple effect. This is a great one that you could use at the beginning of the year to really set up those, just being empathetic to others and using your manners and what each kindness you can do each day. Then you can revisit this later for author's craft, for language, all different sorts of things. The next one is also by Jacqueline Woodson, and it's Empathy. And it's about the black and white side of town and treating others with respect and courtesy. So it's manners, empathy. I was thinking this one for third as well. There are some really great language pages in here, and the illustrations are awesome. This is one that's going to be in your best friend tub. So there's also two more. This one's called One Day, and I don't have it yet, but Jackie Lee recommended this for everyone. And this is a great book because it talks about really beginning, middle, and end in writing stories. And the little girl in here doesn't want to write the middle part of the story. So it talks about why that's important. So hopefully you like all these books, and please come and visit me in my office and check those out.